Welcome back. In this video, you will learn the types of communication and communicators. Communication styles may vary depending upon personalities, status, culture, and situational context. However, we can categorize communicators into four main types. Number one, passive communicator. Number two, aggressive communicator. Number three, passive aggressive communicator. Number four, assertive communicator, the ideal one. Now we will see the definition and characteristics of these communicators to understand them better. Who is a passive communicator? A passive communicator tends to avoid expressing their thoughts, needs, and feelings. They prioritize others over themselves, leading to a lack of self-assertion. Now we will see the characteristics of a passive communicator to understand them better. So let's dive into the characteristic of a passive communicator. A passive communicator avoids confrontation and conflict. It struggles to express opinions and emotions. He is or she is soft-spoken or quiet in conversations. Uses indirect body language, means they don't give proper eye contact. They don't use gesture. They are still. Frequently apologizes even when unnecessary. Allows others to dominate conversations. May feel resentment but does not express it. So just find out if this is your characteristics. If you fall in these characteristics, then it shows that you are a passive communicator. Now, number two, who is an aggressive communicator? An aggressive communicator expresses their opinions and needs in a way that disregards others. They can be forceful, hostile, or intimidating. Now we will have a look at the characteristics of an aggressive communicator. An aggressive communicator dominates conversations and interrupts others. Uses a loud and harsh tone. Engages in blaming, criticizing, or threatening behavior. Uses direct and sometimes hurtful words. Exhibits controlling body language. Prioritizes their own needs over others. If you have these characteristics in you, it means you are an aggressive communicator. Now let's talk about a passive aggressive communicator. A passive aggressive communicator appears passive on the surface but expresses resentment or displeasure in subtle or in indirect ways. Now let's see the characteristics of a passive aggressive communicator. A passive aggressive communicator uses sarcasm or backhanded compliments. Avoids direct confrontation but may spread gossip or complaint behind someone's back. Denies being upset while acting out through their action. Displays resentment through procrastination or intentional inefficiency. Exaggerates or uses subtle jabs instead of addressing problems openly. These are very dangerous characteristics. If any of them is found in you, eliminate them as soon as possible because it will spoil your career. People will leave you and go because all the characteristics of a passive aggressive communicator is not appropriate at all. Number four is an ideal communication style. Assertive communication. An assertive communicator expresses their thoughts, needs, and feelings openly while respecting others. They balance confidence with empathy and maintain healthy boundaries. Now we will have a look at the characteristics of an assertive communicator. An assertive communicator speaks confidently without being aggressive, expresses needs and opinions clearly while considering others' perspective, uses a calm, steady tone and positive body language, uses I statements rather than blaming. Example, I feel instead of you always. What does it mean? That if somebody is making mistakes, an assertive communicator will never react. He won't say that you are making mistakes, make sure that it doesn't happen again. An assertive communicator will never communicate like that. Rather, he will use assertive ways. For example, he would say that I feel that you are facing some problem. Is there something that I can help you to overcome this problem? He will respond in a assertive way. Now, the last one is actively listens to others and engages in constructive discussion. So these are the ideal characteristics you have to adopt, because ultimately being an assertive communicator is the first step of becoming a powerful communicator. So practice this and make sure that you too become an effective assertive communicator. I catch you next video.